If you find yourself in a season of rebuilding, you're not alone. I'm over 50, and let me tell you something about starting over. This is not my first time. It's not my first rodeo. And matter of fact, it's not my second or even my third. And you know what? I'm done being ashamed of that. I'm here to tell you that if you're rebuilding, it's not a failure. It's resilience. And if you're watching this because you're facing your own rebuild, whether it's your first or your fifth, stick around because I want to talk about what I'm doing differently this time around and why you should join me. Hi, I'm Tiffany, your bestie for all things organization and mindset for the Christian girlies. Picture it, Sicily.
Picture it. Sicily, 1912.
No, I'm kidding. Picture it. It's 2008. The housing crisis just hit, and I was able to keep my house, but like so many Americans, I lost pretty much everything that I built. But I got back up. I worked in telecom for decades. Around the 15-year mark, I got laid off. So after 15 years of showing up, 15 years of my expertise, 15 years of my loyalty, I was just laid off just like that. But I got back up. Even earlier this year, I was working for the federal government. We all know what was going on with Doge and the federal government at that time this year. And I was called, listen, let me tell you, I was called on the 13th, and they were like, your last day is the 12th. Another rebuild. So I had to pivot. You know, by this time, I had started my organization business. So, when things like this happen, we start to kind of make meaning about it and make it mean something. So everybody was like, "See, that's because you're supposed to be an entrepreneur. You're supposed to be out for in business for yourself." Now, mind you, these same people never booked me, but even I was like, "Well, maybe that is why this happened. Maybe it is time for me, to build something on my own and go all in." And so that is what I did. I went all in on my business, and you know what? I got some traction, but not nearly enough. Not enough to replace my income. So I continued looking. I was looking for a full time position. I started even the process of certification to be a substitute teacher because I was like, I just want to have something coming in. But I got nothing. I applied for job after job. I got the runaround. I got ghosted. I was asked to apply for positions that didn't even exist and never came to fruition. But most of all, what I had was just radio silence. But then in the silence, something happened. And I started to ask myself why I found myself in this situation again and again. And I'm not blaming myself. It was always something that was just a management decision. It was never performance. So I didn't blame myself, but I did take a step back to think and to just get on my knees and ask the Lord for direction. Like, what is this supposed to teach me? What am I supposed to be learning about this? So I made the decision to go back to school. I'm going back to school for therapy, and it's not just another career move. It is my purpose in the form of an exit ticket. It's a way for me to build something for myself that cannot be taken away. Nobody is going to be able to take this from me. And that's what I'm doing differently this time. So every other time that I rebuilt on somebody else's foundation. It was their structure. It was their company. Heck, it was their decision whether to keep me or let me go. Not this time. And that's where the plot twist comes in because there's a plot twist, right? So as soon as I start applying to jobs, I got an offer letter. I got a job offer. The old me would have taken this as an opportunity to just abandon that plan. But here's what I've learned after all those rebuilds. I am done choosing between survival today or security tomorrow. So each time life knocked me down, I had a choice. Like I could either wallow in what was happening to me or I could reframe it. So in 2008, it wasn't just a housing crisis. That was a lesson and what happens when we put all of our faith in systems that we don't control. The telecom layoff, that wasn't rejection, it was redirection. The federal job, it wasn't just the end of my career. I feel like it was the beginning of my purpose. Even my organizing business that didn't quite shake out the way that I envisioned, it's not failure, it's just research. So every setback was actually a setup. So I'm going back to work. Yes, I need to rebuild financially. I ain't gonna hold you. I need some stability. But I'm also going back to school because this time I'm building parallel paths. This time I'm not just surviving, I'm designing an exit strategy from a system that has failed me repeatedly. I'm talking time and time again. This time, the expertise that I'm building that's gonna live inside of me, it's going to be for me. And I'm talking about knowledge that can't be downsized. I'm talking about a practice that cannot be eliminated with a restructure. I'm training to become a therapist because I'm going to help people navigate the same transitions that try to take me out, and also the mindsets that come along with that. Can I be honest with you? Starting over after 50, it's a little scary. Your body reminds you that you're not 30 anymore. Society tells you that, you probably should be a little bit more settled by now. I don't know about you, but my bank account is telling me, girl, you can't afford to take too many risks. But you know what's even scarier than that? I felt like getting to like 60 or 70 and realize that I put 20 more years into building for somebody else while neglecting my own dream. And I'm not saying that working for somebody else is only building their dreams, because you can do both. But if you are building their dream and neglecting your own, that's where the issue comes in. I refuse to do that. And if you're still here watching with me, I feel like you refuse to do that as well. So here's what we're going to do. This is what's going to make the experience different this time. First, we're going to get crystal clear on our direction. What do we love to do? What are we good at? What can we make money at? What transferable skills do we have already that we can serve others with and they can serve us? Second, we're going to decide on a path. No more analysis paralysis and research until the cows come home. And this is from a Christian girlies. We're going to invite the Holy Spirit into our decision-making process. And we're going to decide. Third, we're going to take action. Not all the actions at once, just the next right action. But we're going to begin with the end in mind. So the actions that we're taking are not ones that are going to take us further away from our decision. All the actions we're taking are going to take us closer to our decision and goal, no matter how slow. If you're rebuilding, whatever that looks like for you, I want you to know that you're not alone. And I want you to consider who you're building for. What are you building that cannot be taken from you? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your stories. Personally, I'm documenting this journey, not because I got it all figured out. I definitely don't, but because I want to document figuring it out in real time, and I want to bring y'all along with me. I'm sharing what I learned along the way about therapy, yes, about organizing, of course, but also about rebuilding and resilience, about refusing to let our age or our setbacks define us, about reframing and retelling the stories that are holding us back. So if you're unsure where to start and you feel maybe a little overwhelmed because you're attempting to rebuild from mental chaos, I got you. I created a free quiz that shows you exactly where to focus first. So you're not trying to fix everything at once, because trying to fix everything at once is going to keep us stuck, and that's not going to serve our rebuild. So I want you to take the Chaos Zone quiz and figure out and uncover which area of your life needs the most attention. And then we can start our rebuild from that. Also, once you discover your primary chaos zone, you can get a special Black Friday pricing that comes along with that companion workbook that addresses that chaos zone. So it's full of prayers, daily prayers, it's full of habit trackers, but most importantly, it's full of action steps that help you kick off your rebuild. So you definitely want to grab that. I'll link it below. It's completely free. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Go be great, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.